Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Let's take a look at what ACRE protocol is, what it offers. This is a very promising one. I'm fairly surprised they haven't all that much marketing around it because this is potentially one of the biggest narratives for the Bitcoin ecosystem, especially when it comes to layer 2s and the overall development of Bitcoin ecosystem because if you have been in crypto for a while and in DeFi, and you probably heard already about liquid staking protocols. I mean, there's Lido, Rocket Pool, and actually these guys have partnered with Lido. Therefore, they're bringing the same ideology of staking Bitcoin, keeping your assets liquid, allowing you to bring them elsewhere onto the Bitcoin ecosystem, other layer 2s. That was the whole thing that made Lido and liquid staking protocols take off in the Ethereum ecosystem to the point where, for example, Lido is right now the biggest protocol across DeFi. It's $1 billion protocol as of now. We can check that even on DeFi Llama. Let's jump in real fast. All right, here on DeFi Llama, you see the TVL for DeFi is $87 billion. And when it comes to protocol rankings, ranking first, we have Lido with a 25 billion, almost $26 billion TVL. So you can already have an idea of what Acre can do on Bitcoin because Ethereum is the second biggest cryptocurrency, and that can translate to Bitcoin as well because the layer 2s of Bitcoin are kind of bubbling right now. There's a lot of things ongoing, a lot of developments happening. And so you can have an idea of how a protocol such as Acre can represent to developing the whole ecosystem. And right now you can see they are already live on mainnet, so you can start depositing your Bitcoin with them. And also they are having their points program. So the points program is probably going to hint into a future airdrop because Acre allows you to stake Bitcoin, but they are their own decentralized autonomous organization, meaning that users that lock their Acre tokens, they can take part on how the protocol operates, decide the future of it, and the future can encompass a ton of different things, including which layer 2s they can support by the ways of lending Bitcoin to them or supplying specific validators with Bitcoin to help them secure a blockchain. Because Bitcoin mainnet is proof of work, but we're talking about the Bitcoin ecosystem, including layer 2s, and layer 2s can be proof of staking. So overall, this can bring more utility to Bitcoin and help power up the whole Bitcoin finance ecosystem. So let's take a quick glance here at what Acre is offering and in more depth how everything is going to work. And of course, we'll take a look at their security, the audit reports, and also other things that I think it should be worth to be mentioned and shared with you. Of course, that's the whole point of the channel. And by the way, if you take value from this, like, subscribe. I don't mean like right now, but at the end of the video, if you enjoy the content, if you took value, you're welcome to join the Crypto Explorer community. I would really like to have you on board. So let's get this one going, okay? Now let's start by addressing what is Acre. This is a Web3 protocol designed to allow Bitcoin holders to stake their Bitcoin and earn rewards. Unlike traditional staking, which often involves converting Bitcoin or any other token for that matter into another token, right? Acre, unlike that, enables users to stake Bitcoin directly, maintaining its native form, and you get rewards just by doing that, right? So Acre is designed to be a liquidity hub for Bitcoin. So it's going to be highly appealing for other layer 2s, protocols, validators, etc. If they need Bitcoin, they know where to go, and this can generate a snowball type of effect that makes Acre to be a big protocol in the overall grand scheme of things. That's why I was mentioning Lido before, because Lido addresses the Ethereum ecosystem. And remember, Ethereum is the second biggest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin being the first can bring Acre to a completely different level, so to say. Now, why choose Acre? They are aiming to make Bitcoin staking simple, secure, and rewarding by allowing users to stake Bitcoin directly and earn rewards in a derivative of Bitcoin, which is stBTC. Again, The same thing that's happening with Lido. Here with Acre, just the same thing. Deposit Bitcoin with them, you start earning yield in the form of stBTC, and then when you want to take your underlying asset, your initial deposit of Bitcoin out, you'll have to give back that stBTC. And when you do that, you get your initial plus rewards in the shape of stBTC token, making Acre a unique opportunity for Bitcoin holders to generate yield without sacrificing the security and integrity of their assets. So it sounds really good because, well, you're earning Bitcoin passively just by staking Bitcoin. That's why we need to take a look into the security, the audits later on in the video, because, well, Bitcoin is the most valuable asset in the world, and you don't want to deposit it into something that might have security liabilities. Actually, that's something that happened in the past, and I believe they do mention it on their docs. I don't know how long have you been in the crypto space, but if you have been for the past few years, you probably heard about what happened with Celsius and Blockfi. They were basically allowing users to do the same thing. People would stake Bitcoin with them, they would pay users Bitcoin back. The difference here when it comes to comparing those with Acre is that Acre is decentralized, so everything is recorded on chain. While with those other entities, those other Celsius and BlockFi, they were centralized entities, which it's something that goes against what Bitcoin stands for. And again, if you have been in DeFi and you know a bit more about Bitcoin other than how much it is worth, you know why Bitcoin was created, and it's all about focusing on decentralization and transparency, addressing a number of the issues that just make traditional finance to be shady in many different ways. But Bitcoin attempts to fight off that and, more importantly, provide a solution, an alternative to people who don't agree with that system. Now, I'm getting a bit sidetracked here, but let me just go back to the point. The point is that those entities were centralized, so it doesn't really make all that much sense because the centralized entities don't really align with what were the goals or the main fundamentals of Bitcoin, decentralization and transparency, right? And Acre aims to give a proper alternative to that, a proper alternative that aligns itself with Bitcoin's core values. And overall, if they can deliver, it makes it to be the much superior alternative when compared to centralized entities. Because if you'd never heard about centralization and those entities, they take full custody of people's deposits, and that can go really wrong, as it did with, again, Celsius and BlockFi. So they have their flying wheel here. Let me go through it very quickly. You have your Bitcoin in your wallet. You can stake here with Acre. So you deposit them, you are staking with them. In return, you get stBTC, which is the liquid version of your deposit. It works as a receipt so that you can later get your initial back. And at the same time that it works as a receipt, it allows you to keep your assets liquid, and you can go and deposit stBTC into other yield farming opportunities across the Bitcoin ecosystem. But that's what you do with your liquid assets. And what Acre does, and that's what will generate you reward for staking with them, is that they can then allocate Bitcoin into layer 2s. That will provide more utility to Bitcoin, of course, and to Acre altogether, and generate rewards which will be auto-compounded to stBTC. Now, this doesn't make stBTC to be a rebase token. That's different. We can touch on that on the docs later on. But what's going to happen is that these rewards you will then be claiming when you claim your initial. So only when you withdraw your initial, you will get those rewards. But for that to be true, you need to return your receipt, your initial stBTC you got after depositing Bitcoin. I hope that makes sense. If not, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you, okay? Now, from all of the key features that they mention here, so there's stBTC, Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, and the whole fact that with stBTC it unlocks another layer of revenue, of yield farming you can apply to on top of the rewards that Acre is already getting you. It's also important to mention that Acre is a DAO, so the people who own Acre tokens, they can lock those tokens in order to take part into the decision-making process of the DAO. So you can decide, for example, let's go back here on the flywheel, where will the Bitcoin that has been deposited by users be allocated to? So you can have voting power in those matters, among many other things. This is just to give an example. And since they are decentralized, they make question of being open sourced by design, so everyone can take a look at their source code. Now let's keep on moving on. Here, this is their roadmap. Everything has been ticked since last February. So they went live on testnet. On May, they completed the ACRE audit. July was the month where they launched ACRE on mainnet. Then there was Meso integration happening. August, so this is a very recent protocol. August has been the month where they launched the Immunify Boost program. We will take a look at that as well shortly on. And August was also the month where stBTC has been launched on Meso. So there's already a network where you can go and find opportunities to yield farm on with your liquid assets, with your stBTC, the liquid version of your Bitcoin deposit. On this current Q3, we are going to see happening the Acre Points program launches. This is already live, so if you deposit, you are already onboarding with this. And again, this is something that is hinting to a potential future airdrop. So very significant if you are bullish on what Acre is doing. And also BOB integration live. Coming soon will be Acre DAO launch, Bitcoin rewards live, and also stBTC launch on Acre. So potentially, this is just me thinking out loud. I'm not saying this will happen, but potentially here on Acre, there will be some utility also for using the stBTC tokens, some sort of liquidity pool, probably a pool where you can trade stBTC for Bitcoin and vice versa. That's a possibility, definitely. And that's of course very important because these liquid stake token, they need to have utility to it, so that it incentivizes users to deposit Bitcoin, knowing that there's a ton of other alternatives out there that they can use to yield farm on with their stBTC. All right. Okay, so then there's a couple of FAQs here. I don't want to go all through all of those. Let me just focus here on the fees because there will be fees needed to be paid and you will be paying them, of course. Acre protocol charges a 0.1% fee on all deposits and 0.25% fee on all withdrawals, which accumulate to the Acre DAO treasury. Partner protocols and services that integrate Acre may receive a fee split on deposit fees, which will be managed by Acre DAO. All right, they also have some wallet partners right now: Xverse, OKX Wallet, and Unisat. The three dots here probably shows that they are open to more partnerships with other wallet providers. And here in investors and partners, there's big names. There's Eigenlayer, Wormhole, Lido. They even did, I'm not sure if it was an AMA, but they did some live event with Lido. I didn't got the chance to listen the whole thing through, but yeah, they were showing up with the Lido team on a live stream, something of those along those lines on Twitter Spaces, I believe. But it goes to show that they are in tune with other big teams that operate in the DeFi ecosystem, in this case Lido, Orange DAO, and among many others. And by the way, these guys, this team, you can see here on About Us, they have been working in Bitcoin for nearly a decade, so they're very experienced. They built and launched across the Bitcoin stack with Thesis, Fold, tBTC, Threshold Network, and now Acre. So these guys are not noobs. They are a known team. There's plenty of the people on the team, if not all, at least the high figures, they are doxed. And if you, like myself, are always on the search for yield farming opportunities, you probably already came across the tBTC token. That is something that we see a lot on even the Ethereum ecosystem. It's a token that you can take advantage of specific liquidity pools on, again, the Ethereum ecosystem, several different DEXs, several different blockchains in it, but it's a widely seen token there. Although it doesn't have quite the volume to make it appealing, to be honest. You will see much better opportunities with another Bitcoin derivative, which is wrapped Bitcoin. The thing is that these guys here with stBTC, they are decentralized. This is a token which is minted on the Threshold network, and everything is taken care of by the smart contract, while wrapped Bitcoin is centralized. I'm not sure if it's BitGo or something along those lines, but it's a centralized entity that does control the whole minting process of wrapped Bitcoin. And the same thing goes with BTCB on Binance. It's another Bitcoin derivative that is centralized, in that case by Binance. So if you are someone who values decentralization over centralization, this is something I think it's very important for you to know about, of course. And all of this that I just been telling you about just fits like a glove with the fundamental beliefs of the team, because they quote here, "We believe in stacking Bitcoin on your Bitcoin while upholding the Bitcoin values of self-custody and financial freedom." Again, why decentralization is crucial. And actually, they have been building something that today led them to just come up with ACRE. And they make use of the Threshold network and stBTC. I don't want to get into the full details of it, not to make too long of a video, but after I give you the highline here, you can go and check for yourself when doing your own research, and you'll see why everything comes together. So I think these guys, I don't know if they had this vision from the start or if it was something that came along the way, but what it matters is that I think everything just fits and works very well put together. And of course, essentially, they are helping to build the Bitcoin ecosystem, being involved in it for nearly a decade, as they say. So let's take a look here at security and audits, because they have a couple of audits applied to the ACRE smart contracts and also the stBTC smart contracts. We'll take a look at those, and then also at the Boost program from Immunify. So if you are a dev, you probably want to take a look at it and take part of their Immunify Boost program, which currently is live. All right, thesis defense security report for the ACRE smart contracts. We'll just take a look here at the findings and see what has been fixed. So there's a medium one who has not been fixed. Assets can be stolen due to incorrect implementation of total assets. So this is a big one. I'm not a dev, I don't know code, but just from reading this, it does seem substantial to say the least. So it would be good to get in touch with the team and ask them, why is this not fixed? Then there's also two lows that have not been fixed, another low not fixed, none not fixed. So there's a couple of them that have not been fixed, but I would, again, this is the one that concerns me the most, the medium one not being fixed. It would be useful to know why the team has not addressed this potential issue where assets can be stolen due to incorrect implementation of total assets. All right, now the audit for the stBTC smart contracts. Let's go and see the findings. So there was one high issue, critical issue, well, not critical, it was high, has been fixed. One medium that has not been fixed, incorrect function visibility implemented in the mint debt and repay debt functions. And then there was another issue labeled none that has not been fixed. So here on Immunify, it's where if you are a dev, you want to come here and you might take a piece of the bounty being awarded. You see that there will be different rewards by threat level, so you can identify critical, high, medium, or low issues with the smart contract. And there has been also a boost, as they call it, which is under evaluation. That started on the 20th of August and ended on September 3rd. So this is a program that is still ongoing. If you are a dev and you want to take part of it, potentially finding some issues and getting a piece of the pie from the rewards pool, this is definitely something you want to take part on. And staking is currently live on mainnet, so you can come here, log in with some of the wallets that they are partnered with, and from there on you stake your Bitcoin with their protocol, start getting those rewards. Literally, it's passive. You don't have to manage anything, of course. And just let me mention, they have their social media handles here: Discord, Twitter. On X or Twitter, they have almost 60,000 followers. And basically, that's about it about acre.fi. If you go and get on board with what they're doing and start staking, you'll also get to be rewarded some points, some acre points, which potentially it's hinting to a future airdrop. Okay guys, I hope you took value from the video. It went a little bit longer than I anticipated, so for that reason we'll not jump into the docs, but let me know if you want me to dive into it once again. I can make a full-on video just focusing on what they're sharing with us on their docs. There's going to be more depth into it, of course. It's also going to explain you further how ACRE does relate to minting stBTC via the threshold network, and how that is already generating some utility to ACRE and to the whole proposition of using Bitcoin and helping it to scale the Bitcoin finance ecosystem. So guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you took value. Let me know what you think, or if there's any questions you have for me on the comments. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.